to women who dealt with persistent hemorrhoids and/or anal fissures and had to get surgery for it. How was your experience? Had the hemorrhoid surgery 3 weeks ago actually. Hurt like hell pooping the first week. Hurt sitting down, laughing, and coughing for 2 weeks. Still bleeding when I poop at the end of week 3. A lot more bleeding that I though honestly, but my doctor says that's normal. Was worth it all though. Plus they put, seaweed plug, up me bum so they could do the surgery in peace. That was probably the most surprising thing about it all. Gave me a bit of a chuckle. Edit, take 2 weeks off work if you can. You might feel okay after week 1 but that first week back at work felt awful. Not worth it. Had anal fistula surgery a few years ago, with several hemorrhoids removed at the same time. Surgery was done under anesthesia. There was some pain, not excruciating, but enough to need ibuprofen, for a few days after, and mild pain and some discharge on and off for several weeks while everything healed, but the pain was nothing compared to hemorrhoids at their worst. The hemorrhoids started coming back within 2 years, but have never been as bad as they were before the surgery. I have like 1 fissure and several hemorrhoids. Pooping hurts like hell but I am too embarrassed to seek help. I am 23 by the way. I didn't get surgery, so yeah feel free to stop reading here. But I had terrible hemorrhoids for years, most of my 20s and up until last year. I made 2 changes and they've totally shrunk and I only have the occasional flare-up. First, I started taking psyllium husks every day. I mix 2 tablespoons with soy milk and drink it down every morning, but you can also get them in capsules. I also bought a squatty potty. Well, a knockoff as we don't have them where I live. Both giant fucking game changers. I rarely have to even wipe and bathroom visits last a minute tops. I do wipe just in case though I'm not an animal. I'm regular like clockwork. The only hemorrhoid flare-ups have happened because I got an upset stomach or went on vacation and didn't have my psyllium husks. Seriously I was considering surgery and these were going to be the last things I tried. Cannot recommend both these things enough. I had a hemorrhoidectomy at 24. I put off going to the doctors since I was a teen because I was mortified. I finally went, honestly, more for aesthetic reasons as it didn't hurt anymore but there was still a large, visible inactive hemorrhoid. The initial appointment was fine, they just took a look and had a feel. I tried 2 creams they prescribed and once that didn't work I had the operation. I was on stool softeners for 6 weeks and quite a bit of pain relief. My first poo was super painful but it got much better once the softeners kicked in. Zero regrets, they've seen it all before. Sorry to be beside the surgery question. I had an anal fissure for 6 months that became 2 fissures during treatment. Worst pain in my life ever. I don't wish this on anybody. I went to 2 clinics with the second one finally being of help. I got a camera up there twice a week and was instructed to not use a bidet or clean with soap. I used topical ointments only and no stool softeners as they gave me diarrhea and made the whole thing worse. I've been so numb that I sometimes see bright red blood again without any pain and I now have scar tissue, widening my closure. If you can get proper treatment fast, do it. I actually bought a squatty potty after this ordeal and it does make things easier. I've had hemorrhoids removed twice. Little suckers came back and after the last time I decided it wasn't worth it to do surgery again. It's not that bad, just remember having to use a donut for several weeks until it was completely healed up. I haven't personally had it done, though I need to. I know some people who have and they said it's quick and painless. I imagine it's the social stigma that keeps a lot of us from going. I dealt with a fissure for 4 months that wouldn't heal. I didn't have surgery, but did 3 rounds of Botox as a last resort before they recommended surgery. I'd say overall it worked to help the area relax, preventing spasming, and to heal pretty well. I still have issues every now and then. If I am constipated sometimes the area will open up a bit and I'll have some blood. But nothing like what I dealt with a few years ago. I hope you find a solution. Mail but hoping I can share help. Years ago I had bright red, blood in stool, that lasted for a few months. Eventually had a fissurectomy. First BMs were, careful, because the pain meds cause constipation. Between added fiber and trying to gently go before I had to go, they were okay. Keep your knees high. Bleeding fissure came back a couple months later. Instead of more surgery, I found that for me I needed a regular intake of fruits to make things a little softer. As long as I have a serving or two of fruit or fruit juice I have no issues.